He takes off his skin.
Hell Fraser to
Glacier is
Glacier. The Glacier ring. But for right now, we're talking paranormal news. This week of Weird.
Welcome. What a weird week. What a weird week it already is.
I am Roger, joined by Nate and Jordan.
And me, Dr. Fraser Crane.
Cenobite. Hell Fraser.
Pleasure Damon, pianist, composer,
psychiatrist. This week, no psychiatrist, maybe something from hell. Pet shop forced to hold seance.
Okay. All right. Forced.
Like by the government?
No, Nate. By the mafia.
Okay. Well, mafia seances, that's fine.
So this comes from the UK.
If the Yakuza shows up and demands you summon a demon, you do it.
Listen, do you have any salt? Get it.
This story comes from us from the UK, just kind of having a bunch of paranormal encounters and occurrences the past few months. UFOs and ghosts and big cats along a line with the ley lines.
Aliens and ghosts and big cats. Oh my. Right?
Indeed. But before we start that, make sure you give Werewolf Radar a 5-star review wherever you can. It really helps us out. We will say thank you to you personally. Somehow.
Lions and tigers and scares. Oh my. Like aliens.
Yes.
Aliens. I'll work on it.
It's all right.
I'll punch it up.
If you give us a 5-star review, Jordan will punch that up.
I'll punch it up.
Also, check out some of the work we're doing over at 14filmfestival.com. We're judges in the film festival. New films have been selected for us to judge with our mightiness.
I bought a big curly wig and a hammer.
It's pretty cool. That's 14filmfestival.com. And if you like what we do, producing and giving you 3 episodes of paranormal comedy content each week, check out patreon.com/Werewolf Radar, where you can get even more paranormal content, such as an interview I did with Wedding 93 director Paul Zagaris that only patrons have for right now.
When that movie comes out, I cannot stress enough how much you should definitely give it a look, because it was one of the most terrifying things I've seen in a long time.
What's the back of the give them the back of the VHS?
Okay, the back of the VHS for Wedding 93, which you can see the trailer for through 14filmfestival.com. It's about a Cambodian couple, Ra and Bull, who are engaged to get married, and then Ra seemingly gets possessed. The wedding is thrown into disarray, and paranormal footage, the likes of which I have not seen in some time.
Wow.
And people really haven't seen since 1993.
Wow.
Well, and we should point out this is a found footage thing, and it's not a fake found footage thing. This is actual evidence of a woman losing her mind and possibly being possessed. Wow. And it's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. But now let's go on with this week of Weirds news. A pet shop is forced to hold a seance.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a poll quote from Rebecca Harrington, the pet shop owner. People run out of the back room. They don't want to be in there on their own.
Whenever I hear here's a quote from the people who live in the haunted house, I always expect it to be
Well, the moment someone gives the press and the media that quote, I'm putting it. It's going to be the headline. Says person haunted. So
I think it's a testament to human ingenuity that everyone has learned to live with ghosts constantly.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Well, you know what?
Sure, my plates are all broken because they've been thrown across the room by a psychic monster.
Yeah, you put it.
But I just don't go in the kitchen.
You don't go in the kitchen. You set up a decoy room full of plates that it can break all day. Call that the kitchen.
Get 2 mini fridges, one for sandwiches, one for drinks. You're good.
Keep one in your room. You're fine. You don't need a kitchen.
So if you want to read this article, you can go to werewolfradar.com/paranormal news and check out all the content and news that we produce for you to get informed about. So pet shop owner Rebecca Harrington was forced to hold a seance after years of unexplained events at Purdy's Pet Shop in Coventry, England.
Okay.
I am posting this, of course, in our listen along. Join our Discord. You can find the link at most social media links and everything, including the episode description.
How many of these unexplained events could possibly just be an escaped animal that might have rabies?
Well, I'm going to say none of them, but I'll read the quotes and the stories, and you be the judge. Of course,
be the decide. Man.
Harrington says employees and herself have experienced dog toys being thrown off the shelves. The vacuum refusing to turn off. It just says no. It stares you dead in the eyes and goes no.
Well, interesting.
Well,
See,
I hope they put that Roomba down.
At first, yeah. At first, I imagine
end the war against the machines before it begins.
A quick aside. I bought my parents a Roomba, and it scares the shit out of them when it starts running. It just like
funny.
They don't know what it is yet, and they just get frightened by it.
What does it want?
And then they're very happy it cleans.
Did we anger it? But with our dirty shoes? Is it coming to clean our sins?
The Roomba is no longer restricted by the laws of man, and orbs follow everyone around on security cameras. Like you can just watch orbs follow you.
I was gonna say this sounds like the dog toys coming off of the shelves makes me think like, oh, it's the ghost of a dog. But then the vacuum staying on. Dogs don't like the vacuum. They would want to hurt the vacuum. So
destroy it. Make sure it turns off.
It only turns off.
I don't want to go too much into the joke that I made, but it sounds like it's the ghost of the vacuum.
Truly, right?
Torturing all these animals.
Yeah.
The staff is now terrified to go into said back room. Purdy's Pet Shop. The owner has been running the pet shop for over 2 years and told the press paranormal occurrences were happening right after opening the store. Customers complained that they were tugged and animals would freak out for no apparent reasons.
Wow.
We got a bit of a history, Harrington said. Weird things started happening about 2 months after we opened. Things started moving and falling. We'd be stood with the customers, and I'm not saying that with the right accent to make that right, but the quote is
stood with the customer.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. And they'd say that they felt like they were being tugged. And
somebody's giving me a tug job.
They'd spin around.
That's immediately where my head went, and I was like, who are these people complaining?
They keep saying tug. It's the overuse of the word tug.
And there'd be no one there. So they'd be tugged, or they'd get a tug job, and they'd spin around.
If no one's there, then who pulled me off just now?
But when they spun around, no one was there, but everyone swore they saw a shadow.
Mm-hmm. The phantom tugger.
This led to them starting to check the closed circuit television. We walked in one day and there was a toy on the floor, which we thought was strange because it looked like it had been placed there.
Mm-hmm.
We checked the CCTV and saw that it had just flown off the shelf and spun on the floor for about 3 minutes.
Ghost dog antics.
Then some customers came in with their Alsatians.
Alsatians. It's
Alsatians.
Yeah.
It is
Thank you.
British
breed of dog.
It's what the British call German shepherds, I think, because they, I think I learned, this could be bullshit, but I heard somewhere it's because they didn't want to have German anything following the war.
Because of because of the island incest people supporting Nazis.
I think the opposite. I think they were
we call the royal family island incestors now.
Sure. Conqueror nation.
Listen, they might have had to defend it, but King George had some ideas. The point is, these German shepherds were really freaked out and wouldn't go anywhere near that area. So you just have dogs just refusing to go somewhere in a pet shop, which had to be very unusual.
Well, now my dog, we just moved to a new apartment, and she didn't want to go in yesterday. And it was because we had left her there for 10 minutes on her own to go down, get stuff out of the car. And now she thinks it's a place where she gets left on her own.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's it could also be a ghost.
Animals bond to traits pretty quickly.
Think about that. It could also be a ghost. You left her in there and something happened.
No, because I've been on there on my own too, and it's got decent vibes.
Okay, fair enough. These dogs,
that was that Shadow Man tug job.
These dogs, however, did not like this certain area. They've been in a few times, Harrington said before, but this time they were properly spooked. So out of nowhere, they started hating this one spot.
Yeah, somebody tugged them.
Now let's go on to the seance. Harrington's employees could not take the paranormal events anymore, leading to the owner calling local ghost hunters to perform a seance.
Okay.
During the seance, the team claimed the building was haunted by a male spirit that was annoyed by the shop's staff.
Okay.
A couple of customers are ghost hunters, so we organized a seance for charity. They also videoed it for charity and whatnot. I don't remember who they gave it to. I should put that in there. So if you care and it's a proper dog charity or pet charity, check them out. That's on me. It will be in the article soon enough. It was weird. As one of the hunters left the room, there were a load of orbs that followed her back in.
Oh, look, loads of orbs.
And she was in distress.
Oh, she was getting chased by the orbs.
They think it's a male that used to live here.
Oh, yeah.
It's been in the shop. It's been a shop for the past 40 or 50 years. So we think it may have been bombed in the war, as Coventry was bombed heavily.
Ooh, blimey.
Like most business owners, Harrington describes her ghost problems as a small inconvenience, while the staff have more apprehensive feelings. The ghost hunters don't think he's angry, just a bit annoyed we're here, Harrington says. Most of the time, we get annoyed because we have to clean up, but the staff don't like being here alone. Normally, it's me who's here alone doing the till, and people run out back.
We get it. You work really hard around here.
Her staff doesn't work as hard as you. We get it.
We should feel very lucky that we have an owner like you.
Margaret Thatcher would be proud. People will run out of the back room while she's at the till. They don't want to be back there on their own, which I love that disconnect where she's like, this is just a small inconvenience and fun. And the staff is all like, I can't be back here and I refuse to work in that room alone.
On account of the entities.
So the whole event has left customers wanting more ghost news. The ghost doesn't really scare customers. A lot of people come in and ask about it and want to know if we're going to do another seance.
Can we talk to the ghost? Could you get it out here?
Can we do
cavort for our enjoyment?
If we do another seance, I'm not going to mess with that. I'll be out back having a glass of wine.
Well, sounds like she's made her management decisions.
The owner said, quote, "I've had enough of that white nonsense. I'll be drinking outside."
And that is this week.
Going from one white nonsense to another with this brilliant Cabernet Sauvignon.
With White Noise brand mom vodka.
And that is this week of Weirds News. Pet shop forced to hold a seance to soothe their employees.
Brought to you by White Noise Vodka. Tune it out.
Yeah. Now you're feeling good.
Now you're drunk.
If you like what we do here and the content we produce, all 3 episodes every week, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Werewolf Radar, where you can get awesome paranormal extras, such as an interview I did with paranormal documentarian Paul Zagaris about his film Wedding 93 that you can see at the 14filmfestival.com, where we are judges. That's 14filmfestival.com. And also, we got some new merch at our Patreon. Once again, check that out. But most importantly, if you can, just give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to us.
Or just tell your friends. Tell your pals down at the arcade. Fuzzy,
if
Winkus,
you laughed,
Porto.
Tell them why you laughed, and maybe share the episode. Be like, check this out. This was funny.
Colonel Gertie, say, hey, Colonel, get over here. I got a podcast to tell you about. Fantarb.
It would really mean a lot to us. And now let's leave with our Dark Council members' ultra duper secret sign-off line that we confuse with other sign-off lines. If you're a Dark Council member, you'll know what I talk about. 3 months from now, if you're not, you'll know what we talk about. 1, 2, 3. Suspect Space Whoever.